What if I told you there's a way to make money in the stock market, not just when stocks go up, but also when they go down? Or hey, even when they go absolutely nowhere? Well, there is. In this masterclass, we're going to pull back the curtain on stock options and show you exactly how to use them. By the end of this, you're going to have a powerful new toolkit to level up your entire investment strategy.
All right, let's get right into it.
So here's our roadmap. First, we'll cover the absolute basics. What in the world are stock options? Then we'll jump into calls, which is how you can bet on a stock going up. From there, we'll get into a really cool strategy called covered calls for earning passive income. After that, we flip the script and look at puts, how to bet on a stock going down. Then we'll look at a seriously powerful strategy, cash secured puts for buying stocks at a discount. And finally, we'll wrap it all up. Okay, first things first, what exactly is a stock option? Before we get into any of the cool strategies, you've got to understand this one fundamental building block. At its core, an option is just a contract. It's a deal between two people. But here's the magic. It gives the person who buys it the option, but, and this is key, not the obligation, to buy or sell a stock at a price they both agree on for a certain amount of time. Think of it like putting a deposit down to lock in a price. You've bought yourself the choice. The flexibility. You haven't forced yourself to do anything. Let's make this real. We're going to start with what's called a call option. Calls are what you use when you're bullish on a stock, when you think its price is about to go up. So for our example, let's say you're looking at Yelp and it's trading at $36 a share. Now, imagine I come to you with this deal. I say, look, for the next 30 days, you can buy Yelp stock from me for $38 a share. I don't care if it skyrockets to $50, I have to sell it to you for $38. For that right, for that privilege, you just have to pay me a small fee, it's called a premium, of 80 cents per share right now. So, is that a good deal? Well, it depends, right? It totally depends on what you think Yelp stock is going to do over the next month. So let's play out the best case scenario. Let's say you take my deal and bam, some amazing news comes out and Yelp stock shoots up to $42. This is where the power of options really kicks in. You can exercise your contract, forcing me to sell you the stock at your locked-in price of $38. You can then immediately turn around and sell it on the market for $42, making an instant $4 gain. Now you subtract the 80 cents you paid me for the contract, and you've walked away with a net profit of $3.20. You see that? With a tiny investment, you controlled a much bigger asset and captured a huge profit. That's the leverage of a call option. Now, that winning scenario is awesome, right? But smart investing isn't just about chasing those big wins. It's about understanding and managing risk. And when you buy a call option, there are really 4 different ways this can play out. It is absolutely crucial you understand all of them. So here they are. The stock could just completely fall off a cliff. Or it could go up, but just not enough to really matter. Then there's the one where it goes up, but you still end up losing a little bit of money. And of course, there's the one we just talked about. It skyrockets, and you win big. Notice something? Only one of these is the home run. Let's break down the others. Let's look at those first 2 scenarios, because they kind of have the same result. Your contract gives you the right to buy Yelp at $38. Well, what if after 30 days, the stock has tanked and it's trading at $30? Why on earth would you use your special contract to buy it for $38? You wouldn't. Same thing, even if it goes up to $37, it's still cheaper to just buy it on the open market. In both cases, your contract expires completely worthless, and the 80 cents you paid for it, it's gone. That is the risk. Now for the really tricky one, the one that trips people up. What if Yelp lands at $38.50? Hey, your option is what they call in the money. You can use it to buy at $38 and immediately sell for a 50-cent gain. But hold on. You paid 80 cents for that contract. So you made 50 cents, but you spent 80, which means you have a net loss of 30 cents. This is so important. Your break-even price isn't the strike price. To make money, the stock has to rise above your strike price plus the premium you paid. So in this case, you only start making a profit once Yelp goes past $38.80. And that leads us perfectly into the idea of the strike price, that agreed upon price in the contract. Honestly, you can think of it like a betting line. The easier a target is to hit, the smaller the payout. In our case, it's a lot more likely for Yelp to hit $38 than it is for it to hit $39, right? Because the $38 strike price has a higher probability of success, the market makes you pay more for it, 80 cents. The less likely $39 strike price, that one's cheaper, only 55 cents. You are literally paying for probability. The other huge factor here is time. A 30-day window is pretty tight. A lot has to happen in a short amount of time. But what if you bought an option that gave you 7 months for your prediction to come true? Well, all that extra time dramatically increases your odds of being right, which makes the bet less risky. And because of that, it costs a lot more. You're buying time. But just remember, when you're the one buying the option, time is actually your enemy. Every single day that ticks by, your option loses a tiny bit of its value. It's a concept called time decay. So up to this point, we've only talked about buying options. But you have to remember, for every single buyer, there has to be a seller. So what if you could be the one on the other side of that trade? What if you could be the one collecting those premiums? This brings us to an incredible strategy for generating income from stocks you already own. It's called selling a covered call. Selling a covered call is all about a trade-off. The good part, you get paid guaranteed cash upfront. That premium gets deposited right into your brokerage account, instantly. And it's yours to keep no matter what happens. So what's the bad part? Well, you're capping your potential profit. You're agreeing to sell your stock at a certain price if it goes up. If the stock goes to the moon, you don't get to enjoy that entire ride. And it's called covered for a reason. You can only sell this option if you already own at least 100 shares of the stock to back up your promise.
Let's run through an example with Intel. Let's say you own 100 shares that you bought for $32 each. You decide to sell a call option with a $34 strike price, and someone pays you a premium of $1.50 per share for it. Now just watch what happens. If Intel falls, yeah, you lose $2 on your stock, but that $1.50 premium acts like a cushion, softening the blow. If the stock does absolutely nothing, you still make that $1.50 pure profit. If it rises a little bit, you get the gain on the stock plus the premium. And if it skyrockets, you were forced to sell at $34, but you still walk away with a really nice $3.50 profit on each share.
You know what's really amazing, though? Look at that second scenario. The stock stayed flat, it did nothing, and you still made a 4.6% return in just 2 months from that premium. If you could do that over and over, that annualizes to a potential 28% rate of return. This is how you can generate a steady stream of income from your portfolio, which is a great way to lower your anxiety when the market gets choppy. And the best part is, doing this is surprisingly simple. Step 1, own at least 100 shares. Step 2, go to your broker and place an order to sell to open a call contract. Step 3, you pick the expiration date and the strike price you're comfortable with. And step 4, the moment that order gets filled, that premium cash is in your account. It's really that straightforward. All right, we've pretty much mastered calls. Now, it's time to flip the coin over and talk about puts. If a call is a bet that a stock will go up, a put option is the exact opposite. It's your tool for when you believe a stock's price is headed down. This can be a great way to hedge your portfolio against a downturn or to profit from a company you think is just way overvalued. So a put option gives the buyer the right, but again, not the obligation, to sell a stock at a pre-agreed strike price. So in this case, you're actually hoping the stock price tanks. Let's imagine Dave & Buster's is trading at $45. You could buy a put option that gives you the right to sell it at $40. Now, that sounds like a terrible deal right now, but what if the stock crashes? And here's where it gets interesting. Let's say you were right and the stock does crash, all the way down to $30. You can now go out on the open market, buy shares for $30, and immediately use your put option to force someone to buy those shares from you at your locked-in $40 price. That's an instant $10 gain. Subtract the 45 cents it cost you, and you've got a net profit of $9.55. Just remember, though, it works the other way, too. If the stock doesn't fall below your strike price, that option can expire worthless and you lose what you paid for it. Okay, let's build on this because now we're getting to what might be the most powerful strategy of all. Just like we went from buying calls to selling them, we can also sell puts. And this strategy, called a cash-secured put, is just a brilliant way to either buy a stock you already want at a discount or to simply get paid to be patient. Here's the setup. You found a great company, you love to own it, but you think the price right now is just a little too high. So you sell a put option and you set the strike price at the lower price you'd actually be happy to buy it at. Now, one of two things is going to happen. Scenario A. The stock price stays above your target, the option expires, and you just keep the premium. You literally got paid to wait. Scenario B. The stock price falls. You are now obligated to buy the stock, but you get to buy it at the exact discounted price you wanted all along, and you still get to keep that premium, which makes your real purchase price even lower. For disciplined investors, this is a genuine win-win situation. Let's look at SiriusXM. It's trading at $4.89, but you'd be a happy buyer at $4.50. So you sell at $4.50 put, and someone pays you a 32-cent premium. If the stock stays above $4.50, you just pocket that 32 cents and walk away. If it falls, you have to buy the stock at $4.50. But because you already collected that premium, your actual cost is only $4.18. You got the stock you wanted at a huge discount to where it was trading. Now, the risk here is very real. If the stock completely collapses down to $1, you still have to buy it at your effective cost of $4.18. And that's why this is so critical. You should only ever use this strategy on high-quality companies that you genuinely want to own for the long haul. But let's go back to that beautiful first scenario where you just get paid to wait. In that real-world example, collecting 32 cents on a position that you secured with $4.50 in cash, that's a 7.1% return in about a month. If you annualize that, it's an incredible 85% potential rate of return just for being willing to buy a stock you already liked at a better price. Wow, we have covered a ton of ground here. We went from buying calls and puts all the way to these more advanced strategies of selling them for income. You now have 4 very distinct, very powerful tools in your investing toolkit, and you can start to mix and match them to build a strategy that's perfect for you. And this really gets to the choice that every options trader has to make. Are you the kind of person who prefers guaranteed income from something like a covered call, or do you want to hold out for that unlimited home run potential? Are you going to use puts to make aggressive bets on a crash, or are you going to use them strategically to get paid while you wait to buy a great company at a discount? Look, there's no single right answer here. But now that you have the tools, the power to choose the right path for your own financial